Hello again, and welcome to CAD 2. Today we're going to be talking about using the array command in AutoCAD. We're going to start out by considering a circular array, and for this project we're going to be creating a series of mandalas. So I'm going to start out by creating first a wedge that I want to use around my array. I'm going to make a circle to give myself the arc that I need. So for this project I will choose a circle and specify a radius of, for example, 3 inches. And then I'm going to zoom in a bit and making sure, that I have my O snaps for my center point turned on so that I can get to it easily. And I do. Then I'm going to go into my line command and I'm going to draw a line from the center of the circle. So I'll hover over the edge until I can see the center. Then I'll go into the center and click there and draw out to the outside edge of my circle. And you can choose to use your quadrants or just an intersection point. Then I'm going to create another line, and for this one I want it to be the same distance, but I'm going to hit Tab to go to the dynamic input, and I've decided that I want to array my circle with 5 wedges, and so I'm going to divide 5 into 360 degrees, which is the radius of my circle, and that gives me 72 degrees, so I need a 72 degree wedge. So I'm going to say 72 and hit enter, and oh, sorry, it didn't do it right because I was still in the other command. So I want to come back into line, and now I want to click right here to specify my first point, and this is where I can tell it my 72 degrees. So I'm going to go up to the top to give it the length that I want, and then I will tab and go to my 72 degrees and hit enter, and you can see that it has created a wedge. Now it turns out that 72 is actually going to give me a smaller wedge than I was planning, but I don't think that that's actually 72 degrees. I believe that that is smaller. Either way, the exercise will be the same. So now I can trim out my circle so that I only have the parts of the arc that I need, and I'm going to choose this line and this line as my cutting edges and say enter, and then choose the outside part of the circle that I don't need. At this point I can zoom in on my wedge so that I have as much area as possible, and I can create whatever kind of design inside of it that I want to. It could involve doing polylines, splines, circles, or any other shapes that I want to do, or even using the sketch tool. I am going to go here and do a circle, and I'm going to do a spline so that I can do a curved line, and I'm going to choose a point on the edge of the circle here, and then another point, and another point, and another point, and so on. At this point, that's all I want inside my circle. So now I can array my object by going to the array command, and right now it's set on rectangular array, which will allow me to make a series of boxes. I want to do a polar array, which is my circular array. If I look at my command line, it should say select the objects, and I am going to select all objects in my drawing, and then say enter for no more objects. I'm going to choose the center point of my array, and I'm going to pick the point of my wedge. And now, as you can see, it starts to give me an example of what the array would look like. If I want to have the items spaced out so that they are making more like a windmill effect, I could do it this way. If you look up, you can see that it gives you options for how many items that you want to do. Right now I have 60, or I have 6, sorry. I'm going to change that to 12 and see how it looks. And then I hit enter and it shows it to me. Okay, I like that. I think I'd like them even a little bit more close together. So I'm going to try 15. And, okay, I like that quite a bit. They're not exactly touching, but I like the way that they look. And you can see that I now have a mandala type shape. This is the simple version of what you're going to do for your assignment. You can make it as intricate as you want to. I would prefer that you have at least a couple of shapes inside. And then, if you want to get the extra credit points, you could do what we call a path array, which involves creating an object that you want to use. And in this case, I'm just going to go again with a very simple circle. And I'm going to draw just a small one. And then you can create a frame around the outside of your object. In this case, I'm going to create a line to use as a construction line. And I will start it in the center of this circle. And I know that my radius is 3 inches, so I need to go at least 3 inches out if I want to surround this item completely. And I'm actually going to go out 4 inches. And say enter. And then I will do the same thing down. I will go another 4 inches. My mouse has frozen temporarily, sorry about that. Okay, so straight down and 4 again. Now, I'm going to go to my array command and choose the path array. It's going to say what object do you want to do, and I'm going to choose my circle. Then it's going to ask me to select the path curve, and I'm choosing this straight line. So now I can say how many I want. I can choose the method that I want it to do. I can choose the items. I could choose the tangent direction. I could associate them with something else or align them with something else. So you can do this to complete your array of objects around your frame. And it does not have to be a square frame. It could also be curved lines, which you can do easily with the path as well using splines. That's all you need to know for this assignment, and thank you very much.